Soft-Hearted Stories, Seeking Saviors, Cowboy Stylists, and Other Fallacies of Authoritarianism, the audiobook, written by Jenny Forrester, narrated by the author, copyright Jenny Forrester 2021, all rights reserved. This text is for you. Part 1. Questions for the Journey. Soft-heartedness, a Leo and a Pisces, and no man to yell at us. My mother would say either life is all about money or life is all about sex. I don't remember which she settled on, if she ever settled on one. Back in time, my mother, a Leo, and I, a Pisces, were stuck in the snow on a Colorado road after visiting a friend, one of those high country cabin builder types. To get out of the deep snow, Mom pushed, I drove. Just don't drive us into the snowbank, she said. I wasn't the best driver. When she climbed back into the van when we freed us, she said, and no man was here to advise or comment or yell. Blue twinkling and small smiled in her man-sized gloves because she told me they made men's gloves better. On the way home, Mom saw hawk-eyed and clear, deer, elk, bighorn sheep. She'd wanted me to see the world, precious as it was, rare and wild as it was and wouldn't be forever. She saw it coming. She'd lived it, having come from 40 acres, cut to 20, because the government built a road. We talked about woman things, too, while driving the icy way home, because my brother wasn't around, and that's what we did. For all the conversations and for all her being I'm a feminist butt, we always spoke of being women. I can still have a baby if I want to, she said, up until the last conversation we had when she was 54. On reflection, my mother's thoughts on fertility make me wonder about her, and I wander through my memory, seeking the story of it, conversing with her ghost when we cross paths, or creating stories of it with my writer's imagination. I ask her voiceless ghost, did you really want another baby? Because the evidence points to the opposite. What will happen to me now that I am almost your age when you died at 54 and almost your mother's age at 56? How will it end, I ask, and will I be alone when I end? I ask questions I thought I'd answered as a feminist, a teacher, a mother, a writer. Sometimes when I'm hiking, she's there, walking ahead of me. I listen. It's hard to hear her above the wind. Backtrack when you get lost. At the beginning of this story I'm telling now, I was on a book tour. I drove across Wyoming. Pronghorn ghosts stood beside their bodies, and it was all too sad for human words, so I've transcribed their words here, between the spaces where the soft voices of animals reside. Do you see? They're etched into the roadside and fields, the long expanses of grass that used to be grasslands, not the Kentucky grasses, the cattle grasses, but the sage and other brush, clumps and mounds and islands of various green gold things. It was glorious, and the pronghorn were glorious. The great herds were mighty. I imaged bison, elk. A tractor pushed several pronghorn bodies off the road, out past the shoulder to the fence, where the coyotes and turkey vultures and flies would feast on sinew and tears. Ghost antelope ancestors stood waiting, welcoming. I cried across Wyoming. National Geographic did a spread on the pronghorn at the place called Trapper's Point. For thousands of years, a particular point sees thousands of migrating herds. 140 pronghorn die in this one spot alone each year.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?